RockMan.
Yeah.
We got my whole chat saying that you're on some massive copium right now. But I like giving everyone low volume on RockMan. Hold on, I'll try and fix that. Is your mic? Actually, I can fix that. How about now?
Everything sound good?
Yeah, that's better. Okay,
All right, cool.
So what we need to do is I need to explain why this isn't the end of the world, because I want to give everyone a chance to talk about it.
Okay, so before I start anything, I agree this tech should be banned.
Ooh.
However, its impact in the grand scheme of things isn't that much. However, in the areas that it does work, it, in my opinion, provides a little bit of an unfair advantage that no other character should have, which is why I personally am for the ban.
Okay. But is there a way to ban this tech at all? Because how do you gauge it? How do you what's the word I'm looking for here? Monitor. How do you monitor this?
Monitoring is a bit of an issue, but above all else, I will say that after showing it and explaining it to people, like I even messaged GimR about it, it is impossible to do this tech on accident. So they have to willingly be doing this tech in order to, like, you can't just accidentally get it. So
you can't accidentally get it?
You can't accidentally get it. There's a reason it took us 2 years to actually figure this out.
We haven't seen my Steve yet. I do miracles on accident. But I get what you're saying. But man, okay. If you as a Steve player want this ban, but there is no way to monitor it, you do realize then that it would warrant and make life a lot easier to simply ban the character, right? Wait, GimR just figured out how to do invisible empty hops with it? Holy shit, GimR, what's going on?
I'm pretty sure I know what that is. All you have to do is press B within the 3-frame buffer for the jump squats.
GimR posted.
Although it's insanely hard to do.
Do you see what I mean, though? So I was mentioning this earlier. That's GimR labbing, right? Like, you have every single Steve player trying this out right now, and I know for a fact in 24 hours there's gonna be something way worse. But that's what I meant. I run the coin box, right? Maybe it's different if it's like an in-person tournament where there's like recording setups. Thank you, Brian says. But given the nature of monitoring a tournament, the online rule set might have to be different from the offline one. I mean that in a serious way. Like I'm trying to just even figure out how to even handle this. Does every single person playing a Steve need to be recording their matches? Is that what it is? And then if they call mods, do they need to like go through every single frame and argue whether it was? Like, even if you have the replays, guys, it's like, it's tough. What do the other Steve players think, RockMan? Have you talked to them as well?
DDee is down for a ban. I know that for sure.
Is DDee here? Can we get him in the call? Because
I can see if I can shoot him a message, actually.
DDee wants the character band or the tech band?
The tech band. Shit.
Okay, so this is the first time I've actually seen multiple Steve players want a tech band from Steve. This is actually big. This is actually a very unique moment in the history of Ultimate, because it's the unanimous best character, and they themselves like, all right, this is now too much.
Yeah, I've spoke with a bunch of Steve players. The mid-level Steves are the ones that want to keep the tech.
The mid-level Steves. Can you name me a mid-level Steve?
Give me a second. There's like a whole chat we have. I know one. I don't know if it's a joke, honestly, but there's one Steve I talked to. Give me a second. Sorry. Smilo. Again, I can't tell if we're joking or not because Steve players, you're young.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, but the less prominent but still fairly decently known Steves want to keep it. The top, the high-level Steves, they're kind of like, all right, let's ban this. That's not healthy.
I'm giving this platform to open discussion to see what we do with this move. At least for the coin box. I need to make a decision, like, by Wednesday. So I have like 4 days to decide, like, if I even want to monitor this, if I want to do nothing about it. It's telling to me if multiple Steve players don't want this in the game anymore.
In my personal opinion, I would say for the next coin box, keep this allowed and judge it based on how well it actually affects any matches, if at all. And then from there, we can make a better decision.
Right. So in Coinbox, we always in Coinbox we always have Steves that make top 8. I think last Coinbox it was Desmona, and I'm sure Desmona now is already going crazy with this. But yeah, it's Don's. HBox, please get someone in favor of banning Steve in voice chat, please. Like banning the whole character. It would be a decent discussion to have. Who do you guys know who's like online willing to talk who's completely in favor of banning Steve? And I mean, maybe a TO. I don't think BeastModePaul, Chag, Myron. Myron's outspoken. I would want to hear from Myron. Is Myron here? It's not the entire community. It's not the entire community. I'll be honest. I think banning an entire character is always. I've always said it's a last resort scenario, right? Where you need to just like, you can't just jump to that immediately. Like it really has to be. Like think about Meta Knight. Even Meta Knight, you had him banned, but only partially in the Unity rule set. And Bayo Smash 4, the game died before GB banned, but so for those new viewers stepping in, consensus for the Steve Discord seems to be the Steves themselves agree that this tech should be banned. Me as a TO and competitor, I gave my issue, which was this is impossible to monitor. This is impossible to tell if someone, not impossible, but it's like really annoying and trivial to go through every match unless someone calls it out for it. Like I can already imagine it's like top 256 of Coinbox in losers. Some Steve lands it, and then some guy calls a mod, and he says, I'm pretty sure he was doing PMLG. And then like the TO is going to be like, all right, can you show me evidence? And then, you know, and it causes a bottleneck, and it causes tournaments to run late on time. It's annoying. It's a very annoying, pesky issue. So.
Also, I just messaged DDee is down.
All right, can we get DDee in here? It's literally impossible to moderate. Yeah, it's like even I don't think the tech should be banned before we ever saw it used in real matches. That's valid. That's valid because it has to be. You have to know if it works in principle. But I think the reason everyone's so haphazard is because for every single other Steve tech that has been unveiled, like there's always been like immediate results changing. Not results changing, but immediate examples of it being used in person. It's just like, I don't know. Steve, for some reason, has this like ability to where his tech and his like advantage, the things that he does well, a lot of people figured out more quickly than others. Probably because there's just a lot more Steve players in general. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason why. So let me see.
Also, one other thing I would like to mention, in most of the clips that have been shown, the Steve is sub 25, sub 30%.
Right.
Because at higher percents, when it sends it to tumble, this tech is just unusable.
Right.
Unless it's like actively hitting a multi-hit.
It's useful from 0 to 35, but you know, it's just all it takes is one read. And I was saying, for most of the character's game plan against Steve, it's to start a combo, get as much percent as possible because you only get so many openings on Steve, right? And a lot of these combos start with a multi-hit. And this is mitigating one of the few tools that characters have against it too. Also, GimR is asking you, RockMan, why do spikes work?
Spikes are a completely different tech, but that involves us placing a block before we get hit. And if we're doing that, why don't we just air dodge?
Yeah. Sheesh. My goodness.
Like, I know other people have argued, oh, it's just like Luigi Frame 1 Invincibility or Snake Grenade. But the issue with that is because that usually gets about 10, 12%, whereas a Steve combo gets you around 50, 60, which is, again, why I think the tech should be banned.
Also, joining me in the call is DDee. Can you hear me, DDee?
Yeah, I can hear you.
DDee, my boy, you are the champion. You are the champion of the Hungry Block. So I value your opinion pretty highly on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the end of the world here?
My basic thoughts is the tech should be banned. Steve should not. Steve still, like, if you don't include tech, he still is not ban-worthy by any means because he's just not over-centralizing to the game. Like, him being unfun to fight is, like, that's one thing, but that's not ban-worthy in itself.
Right.
But I think the tech is ban-worthy because there's no counterplay. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop Steve from just canceling your hit stun and killing you.
So yeah, I'm not a great Steve at all. You guys know that's no joke. But from what I can tell, from what I'm seeing here, Steve, the clips that I'm seeing, Steve can just be like wherever in the air, and as long as you put the Phantom block correctly at the right time, he can just cancel out of it and land an anvil. If they're
it's a frame 1 escape.
Frame 1 escape.
Yeah,
if we're a bit early to it or a bit late, it just doesn't cancel or it doesn't work. And if we happen to jump, do any other attack, air dodge, land on the ground, it also doesn't work as well.
I would keep it a stack. I never learned the tech.
I learned it to try to figure out how
there it is.
You learned it already, or have you known about it, or is this brand new for all you guys?
I feel
this
like
is literally
there's
brand
just
new.
a shit ton of
Literally brand
nuance
new.
because of how applicable this. The counterplay is barely existent. It invalidates half the cast.
Yeah, the counterplay. Like I said, I've been okay. Lash just woke up. Come to my stream. So what I was saying also, DDee, is that this is the first time I've seen Steve players. I don't know about unanimously because there's a lot of you guys, but you're two of the Steve players that I know the most, enter my tournaments the most, or used to. And both you guys saying it should be banned is hugely telling to me.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. Like, people complain about Steve a lot, but at the end of the day, this counterplay to basically everything Steve does. Because people probably know me as, like, a Steve down player. So, like, because I see the weaknesses in everything he does.
I think you got a... I think you went into creative mode, dude. You still there?
I'm still here.
You're still here? All right.
Yeah.
RockMan, should we test whether or not you can buffer it? GimR confirmed you can buffer it. Do you guys know that?
Buffer out of what specifically?
GimR says, I'm messing with it in training mode, and you can buffer the B press during the hit lag quite a bit before you transfer to hit stun, and the cancel will happen frame 1 of hit stun. GimR is at... Wait, give me a second. Wait, he's cooking. Wait, not factoring in more time. All right, GimR is actually in the kitchen.
Yeah, about that, the thing is, it's similar to like Snake Grenade, Luigi Down B in the sense that it is a frame 1 escape option.
Right.
However, like, I'm sure you saw the clip of a Roy doing down throw into Nair. That was not a true combo. Therefore, we were able to charge in the little tiny non-true window to where the first hit of Nair hits, and then we can activate the tech. If a combo is true, then we just get hit regardless.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell so far, I've seen these 3 clips, right? I've seen the one that Connor posted. I've seen the one that XCido explains it. And then this one was the one that made me the angriest because, right. Like, to me, that one is the one. This opens the door. This opens the door, and it just... My question to you, RockMan, where do you see the next tech being discovered with this? Is there another place you could see this actually happen and no one has tested it out yet?
As of right now, with most Steve techs that I've seen throughout the years, we don't really find a continuation from this. We just find more applications to set it up. Which, again, is why I think, even though it's not too big of an issue, in these tiny situations with the cloud problem, I would say you're better off just banning it early. Because already, as it's been shown, it's not healthy, even if it's not going to be seen everywhere. And you might as well ban it early and then just let it slide, and then it gets too big of a problem.
You want to know? You want to know what's? Oh, DDee, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, got it back. Sorry, you cut out when you were talking. So what were you saying? What were you saying before you?
Oh yeah, dude. I saw. Oh yeah, what I was saying before. It's just the tag right now has no counterplay. Like that's the reason I think it should be banned. There's nothing you could do to stop it. Cause like,
damn.
I was talking with RockMan about it earlier, and he was comparing it to Mytha. Cause Mytha could foresight, she could dodge through and like hit you, but the difference is Mytha has to dodge to wait. So you can bait out the dodge. Also, her dodge is bad frame data. But Steve, if he messes up, he like places a block and nothing happens, right? Unless I'm missing something. So that alone, because there's literally no counterplay, because Steve has no risk when doing it, that is just game breaking. Like nothing Steve has is comparable to that.
Like the fact that you can minecart right out of it is just so insane. Or Anvil,
if he has no risk doing it, and the reward is completely.
And there's no risk. There's no risk. It's not like he goes in the tunnel.
He just no risk. And then he could kill you. He can air dodge and then up tilt and then get like 1 billion damage.
Yo, WhyDo?
There's no counterplay to it. So.
Yo, WhyDo? Can you hop into the voice chat really quick? We're starting a platform here.
Dude, when I saw the Inkling clip, I got so depressed because Inkling did up throw up air and then just Steve air dodged out of the second hit, and I was like, "But."
To be fair, that wasn't a true up there.
Yeah, it wasn't true. If it was true, Steve would die.
Yeah. I guess I can give it one tournament to see if there's a difference, but I don't know. It's like in Last of Us, where the guy's like, what should we do with the initial plague, and then the lady is like, bomb the whole country. Bomb the whole country. I need to call my family.
It has to go.
That's what it's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's like cutting the head off the snake.
Yeah.
So yeah, WhyDo's in the chat. WhyDo, you should talk to Squash and they can give you HBox stream call access. I will say this, guys. If Leo wasn't able to beat Onin or Aquila, and if Onin and Aquila won everything, I actually think the character would have been banned already, because I will say there's a knee-jerk reaction, right? When one character wins too much, people don't like it. When it's one person by himself doing it, I guess like me with Puff and Melee pre-pandemic, there's a lot of anger, but there's not enough justification to do it, because if it was truly broken, like 30 people would be doing it, right? What I think now is that there are so many good Steves. There really, really are so many good ones. Aquila, he's a young player and only getting better. Do you think Aquila with this tech would be unbeatable?
I don't even know if he would use it, but I mean,
same.
Really?
I honestly don't know, because I don't know how he's going to implement it. I just
because why would you purposefully fish for getting hit so you can get a minecart, as opposed to positioning yourself outside that range and going for up tilts or something?
Oh yeah, also I forgot the tech only works if you're in tumble too, so it wouldn't affect
if you're not in tumble.
All right, we have WhyDo joining the call now. WhyDo, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. How are you doing today?
All right. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I gotta say, it's been quite a journey on Twitter.com. I got embroiled.
Crazy
I let myself be dragged in.
Crazy day today, but yeah,
it's been a crazy day.
I wanted to let you speak on it, because you're on the opposite side, where you say we have DDee and RockMan here agreeing that the tech should be banned, not the character, but I think you say that the tech itself is okay, and it just
yeah, I guess I'm not entirely on the other side that this tech is going to be like useless, it's going to be garbage. I'm more on like the side to kind of just wait and see, because I feel like we haven't really had any time. And I think banning stuff off a knee-jerk reaction like this is very bad, just because we've kind of had so many scares in the past, right? We've had countless Steve techs blow up and go all over the place, and like they're the next big thing that's going to make Steve, the ban-worthy character, but then it just doesn't happen, And I think this is sort of our fault, right? The Twitter labbers, we post our Twitter videos and we want our Twitter clout. I love my Twitter clout, so you got to post, make it as flashy as possible. But I think when you post a video like that, it doesn't really capture kind of all the factors, right? It doesn't show how hard it is to activate certain things. It doesn't show all the effort that goes into the tech, you know?
I will say, as DDee brought up, he thinks this is the one thing that should be banned because unlike the other things that you mentioned, this one has no counterplay.
No counterplay. That's a pretty I guess which
like
there's
DDee,
a lot of
you want to time in
variations.
DDee on that?
Yeah, like
Okay,
which part of it?
Did you see the freaking Inkling clip?
Which
You
one's
know
that?
that one?
The one here?
The one where Inkling did up throw up air, but
I
Steve
saw Inkling up throw up air, but
you link me that?
that isn't like because that wasn't true anyway, right? This can make your combo like a frame one combo breaker if you do it like perfectly, but it can't actually make true combos untrue, right? So
yeah, I see.
Yeah, so that Inkling up throw up air, like that wouldn't have worked on like Luigi, for example, right?
Oh wow.
Which is it's messed up, right? Having a frame one combo breaker on Steve, but you're not erasing hit stun, you're just getting a frame one combo breaker. Now, there is a variation of it that does sort of erase hit stun, right? But that's like a whole, you gotta memorize a novel on that shit because there's basically a set of like rules around it that make it sort of specific. And I think it does have applications, but it is a lot more complicated than the Twitter training mode stuff makes it out to be. And I think banning it on knee jerk is kind of a bad idea right now.
I think that I'm not by any means saying it's like super easy or brain dead to pull off. Yeah, if Myron and Chag wants to hop in here, by all means, I'm just waiting for them to be here. I will say that I'm not saying it's easy, but remember, as I was saying, tech is exponential. The Steve players, what seems really hard at first, like the blockchain combo and like NIL, became second nature in like less than a week.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah,
no, I get that.
So,
because I guess that's what I'm saying is like I feel like there is a very realistic chance that this becomes something big, right? And that's why I definitely think I'm not on the side of like, oh, this is going to be terrible. You know, I'm not trying to be like a turbo down player, but I do kind of want to remind people that we've seen this happen before, right? We've seen tech come out. It's the next big thing. And it's going to break Steve. And then 3 months later, nobody's doing it in tournament, you know? I think that banning something immediately is just not the move right now because there's so much room for this to develop and grow and for counterplay to be found, you know? It's kind of like, why is this the thing that we ban, you know?
It's because
I think
go ahead, dude.
I can see his point of just not wanting to ban it immediately, and it's not Fame Zero, so if your combo is true, you're gonna hit him anyway. But I think the issue is that like the reward is completely disproportionate. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Steve messes this up, like if Steve,
you there?
I think I was saying if he keeps cutting out, but I think he said if basically if Steve messes this up, like what's the downside?
Oh right, yeah.
Is there a downside?
Yeah. So it's kind of odd because again we talked about the tech. There's like a kind of different text within the tech. So, but I'll just talk about like the actual hit stun cancel thing, which I think people are thinking that's the most messed up one, right? Because that is kind of effed up. Like how you're canceling hit stun, God. But if he goes for it, if he tries to sort of like prime it, I guess, you're actually wasting a bit of time. So there's opportunity cost, right? You can't do the hit stun cancel tech while you're doing another move. So you can't do forward air or back air and then cancel hit stun. It's only a kind of specific way. So the way that works is you have to basically do this thing called a phantom block, which is after hit stun ends, you do like you hit the B button and it sort of primes this tech to happen. And if you do that, again, you can't be doing anything else. So they can hit you with a strong move at that point and punish you for it, right? So if you recognize Steve is trying to do this janky cancel, hit stun cancel thing, it'll only work on a weak move. So just smash attack him, jump up and hit him, you know, and that'll take him out of it.
I get what you're saying there, but then like my counterpoint is literally this clip. Like right here, you have something like we've seen the situation so often. Yeah, I get Steve's at low percent, but Cloud's best option here is to back air the guy off the ledge. It's right there. The thing is,
but again, come on. But he's at 25%. Like,
okay.
Cloud could be at he could be at 100, and then he just takes a minecart, and that's GG for landing a back air.
No, but
like, I mean, high key. Like I play Ivysaur, you know, so like Ivysaur is one of his best options when Steve's at 0 to do rising nail because you do
God damn it, DDee, you might want to call in with your phone.
You see,
Let me
the
just
very
say
internet
something real
itself
quick. No,
wants me to win this
let me
debate.
just say something real quick. You guys remember
Nintendo's trying to stop his. It's Sakurai's cutting off his DDoSing. Yeah, DDoS. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me say something. Yeah. Do you guys remember when there was Spargo versus Leo, one of the tournaments? Leo crouched to do a down tilt, but Spargo did back air into forward air to take the set.
You want to?
Is this clip?
Jamie, pull that. Jamie, pull that up. Pull that up. Yeah.
Pull it up. Pull the data up right now.
Remind me. Okay, repeat that clip, and someone in chat will pull it up. It was the end of which match?
All right. While that happens, I got some more propaganda.
Tournament, but I know it is Spargo versus Leo. His Cloud hits his Byleth at very low percent with back air on ledge, and Spargo combos that into forward air to take the set and win the major.
Was that the tech?
No, this is against Spargo versus Leo's Byleth.
Okay.
No, I get that.
In theory, if this would happen with Steve, for instance, and he did the tech, now instead of Spargo winning that major, this is now an even or maybe even losing game for Spargo.
But I got the objection though. I got the objection for you, right? I believe that combo happened off of a grounded back air, leading to a slide off into the forward air, right? Now, this tech can actually only be used in the air, so that moment, that iconic moment, would be completely impossible to dodge. So I'm just saying. I got the info,
what's the timestamp? What's the timestamp?
Bro actually got the whole information on deck.
Was the end the set to end the set? This match was fucking crazy.
Yeah, so look, that was a grounded back air. So Steve would not even be affected there because it's a grounded back air. You can't do this tech on the ground. It's only midair.
Wait, this is totally different. This is like...
But if you're directly on ledge and in the air, even if he hits you with back air, forward air, that's still you getting hit.
Oh, no, because the forward air sends into tumble. And chat, everybody, I want y'all to know that if a move sends into tumble, right, it is completely immune to this hit stun cancel tech.
I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same percents. I'm just saying the concept and idea is still there.
Oh, I mean, what does the concept and idea matter if it doesn't work? Yeah, this doesn't work that way, you know?
Because it will work.
I'm saying the tech has limitations, and people don't know how those limitations work right now because it hasn't been an entire day yet, you know?
But it still shuts down so many moves. Like, if I'm using Ivy's O'Neil, I can't do that versus Steve because it doesn't send him into tumble.
All right. What I want to know is why this clip with it's just Leo sitting there, right? He's crouching. We're talking about a very different thing, are we not? Where Cloud, for instance, Cloud, he literally, Steve can tank the hit, and Steve gets the advantage. This would be a proper example if Leo somehow magically jumped out of here and counter comboed Leo or Spargo. This is the exact opposite. This is Steve getting an advantage for losing a trade.
Yeah,
again, I would say though in the Twitter clip,
I'm trying to prove that this is why this tech should be banned.
Right.
But if Steve is at like 40% here, or like even like 30% probably, like that back air goes straight through whatever Steve is planning. I mean, it's kind of just
that's fine.
Like, it'll just go straight through.
There's windows for sure. I mean, right. If you're at 100%, you do a different get up on the ledge. I get that as well. But even still, a 30 to 35% window as to where your winning neutral advantage causes you to take 45% or even lose your stock. Like I said, if this happens right here in Clouds at like 120, which could be the case. Well, I don't know why it wouldn't be, right? He's trying to come back. He's trying to, when you're at a disadvantage and you want to win the game that you're far behind, what do you go for? You go for gimps, right? You go for edge guards. How do you get Steve off the ledge when he's trying to get up? You use Cloud's back air. It's very, very natural. And I've seen this situation a lot of times. If this Cloud is at 130 and he tanks Steve right here and he gets my card, that's game.
But hear me out. If Cloud is at 130, Cloud has rage, and his moves do more knockback, so they're going to tumble Steve way earlier.
So rage would change
in the first place. He's already taken some percent, right? So
because I don't know if rage changes this. Because I'm
also this is all assuming that Steve does the inputs perfectly, right?
Which he will.
Yeah,
we're what?
It's not a matter
this
of
is
just
best
doing
case scenario.
Yeah.
I do know, for example,
y'all practice this like it's the cure for cancer. Like,
there's the muscle memory input, which is like
I learned
even
this
if it's
tech
frame
in
perfect,
literally
muscle
5
memory
minutes.
inputs. What's that?
I learned this tech in literally 5 minutes.
Damn!
But
If I can learn this tech in 5 minutes, I'm banning it from
melee,
Coinbox.
all right? But can
I'm
I
not-
hit
I'm not
every
listening to
Xbox
you.
rest? That takes a lifetime to master. Are you kidding me?
Do up throw
No,
rest right
because,
now. It
I'm
takes
not- I'm a good
25
person. I'm
seconds.
not learning.
Yeah, it's
I'm not learning the tech. I'm a good guy.
guys. GimR is saying it's bufferable, and that
But
opens
part
up
of it is bufferable.
this.
Like, I know the start is bufferable, but
GimR, you want to get in the call really quick? Press
yeah,
G.
get GimR in here.
Press G if you want the Gims in here. We need the Gims in
the
here.
games.
The Gims always wins. We gotta make sure he's in here. If Riddles can do electric winky splunky combos, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing, though. That's why I think Kazi is pretty good, right? Is because he ignores SDI and all that, you know? I think that the more times you have to interact with your opponent, you know, that's kind of worse, right? I mean, in terms of you're just trying to win off of one interaction.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
He's on his way.
Look at that, everybody. He's on his way.
We're going to the Invitational, guys.
This round table of Steve main is about to be blessed with the Gims.
This is a wild stream. But I'm happy all you guys joined me because it's pretty funny. GimR, talk to Squashwa and we'll get you in here because I need to figure out. GimR right now is literally in the lab. He's literally in the lab and he's testing this if it's bufferable. And if it is bufferable, you have to admit this is more fucked up than we even thought in the start.
Well, there are different parts of it. Like, is it the front that's bufferable? The end?
we don't
Different
even-
parts. A cigarette has different parts. It all combines to be
What does that even
cancer.
mean? No, you can
It all
buffer
combines to be
the phantom
terrible.
block. Oh my
Different
God.
parts. GimR. Okay. GimR is here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there's 3 parts. There's
Let
storage.
me put you up. Everyone put a G for GimR. GimR, what's up?
So what's up?
All right. Go
There's
ahead,
3
man.
parts. There's the storage. There's the whatever fake block, whatever you call it. I don't know what you guys call it.
Phantom.
He does the animation, but he doesn't put the block down.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's the move you cancel that into.
Okay.
So the first 2 are bufferable, but the actual move you cancel into isn't.
Wait, what do you mean the move you cancel into?
Can you give
Like,
visuals
what
of
move
this?
to do after?
Because you're storing it, that part's bufferable. The storage. And
Yeah.
then when you're getting hit by the move, you're canceling that into a block lay, but the block doesn't come out. That's bufferable. But then the move you cancel the block lay into is not bufferable.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that pretty much
Still pretty
follows
easy,
what we know. I think that makes sense. It's hard to like actually time that second, like when you actually cancel the hit stun with the block, right? The second B press. I think that's the part that's pretty hard to time.
How hard is
It's definitely you have to predict. I mean, like
this?
Yeah.
How hard is this
I
to
think
pull
I
off,
see what
GimR?
you're saying.
How hard is
I
this to
definitely
pull?
think that. I mean, yeah, I think that what WhyDo's saying is that the tech might not be as meaningful as we think because you still have to predict, you have to input it right. But I still think it's just. I think
it's
first
a
off, we don't
very
even
strong
need it.
tool to
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
But I think
I low-key think we shouldn't have it. Like, I still feel
Yeah,
like it's just so dumb.
Well,
We don't need it.
So
there's so many things that shouldn't be in this game, you know.
Well,
but
that's-
So
Steve
why,
has a-
why do you really want to keep this? Like
No,
you are
Steve,
completely.
Steve already has
Because
like
it's
one of the
fun.
best
Listen,
advantages in the
come on,
game.
of
He
course.
does
Just
not
we
need
can't
it.
Wait,
just
wait,
start
wait,
banning
wait.
texts that aren't like wobbling.
GimR.
Like, it's, you keep,
All right, GimR.
Oh
what
my
were you
God.
saying, GimR?
oh, I said he just wants to have fun. Of course he doesn't want to. Have fun.
listen, I can't deny it. But listen,
You wanna have fun?
Do you think this tech is better than Luigi killing you instantly off of one grab?
Okay.
Are we really gonna
Yeah,
compare?
yeah,
Hear me out though.
You-
Hear me out.
All right.
Hear me out though. Right?
All
If
right.
I do this tech, I already got slows being slung at me for playing Steve, right?
Ro-
So if I beat someone in bracket, because I did this tech, I like mind cut them at like 70. Well, it might be a safety hazard, high key. So
Listen,
I don't think
They're
it's really
fighting
fun.
for their lives, dude. It's
you gotta
true.
be reaching
It's-
some sort of like
We're
slow
already
critical
fighting for
mass,
lives.
right?
Can you imagine you
Like,
call
how
a
many
TO like,
more
yo,
slurs-
he did it, ban him.
Can the slur density get higher, right? Than right now?
I mean, yeah.
You'd be
yes,
surprised.
but okay. Imagine if freaking MKLeo loses to freaking Big Chungus, the European Steve, right? He loses to him because he didn't nail, and then Steve
He
ignored it.
nared with
got out,
Byleth.
and then
He
smashed him.
he nares him with Byleth.
He nails him, and then he gets out, and then Leo dies at 70. But
The character's gonna be banned.
Also,
yeah, but the
just think
character's
about this. Alright,
done
look,
for.
Well, here's what I'm
Just think
saying.
about
If we are preventative here, right? If we are proactive and not reactive, we can ban the tech. But if we're not proactive, A clip like that against a top player inevitably will happen, and it'll lead to the entire character's ban as a whole because of
That's what I'm saying.
of mob mentality. I'm actually trying to help you guys.
Even
But
if
I would
they're-
kind of be like cool with that, I guess. Like not
Bro,
like
what are you
that.
talking
That's not
If
us.
it's an event, right? Like if it
Okay.
happens because of something, like if MK, this is all hypothetical, right? If MK Leo gets chungused on by Big Chungus, the European Steve.
Can we get Big
first off,
Chungus in
that
here?
shit will be legendary. Second off, like if he gets banned, it'll have a purpose. Like it won't be like,
Dude,
oh,
I
we're
will
kind
lose
of scared
income.
this
How
might
am I
happen in
gonna
the
be
future.
speaking
No,
10
Chungus
without
is there.
Steve?
He is real. He is in the present. He
No.
beat MK Leo. He's taking over Smash, and we have to stop him. All right,
How
and
am, I
that's
gonna,
why.
how am I gonna take sets off Coda without
let me
Steve,
speak.
bro?
Can I speak
I need
real
my
quick?
money.
All right, Gimmer,
I need my
Gimmer.
money.
What was
The,
that?
the voice of reason.
So maybe this is because I do like a half claw or something, but like I'm doing this for free by just jumping full hop or short hop and double tapping B. So now imagine you're at 0% as Steve, right? And remember, the only way, I mean, there's a move from 0 to 30 that puts people into tumble hit stun that I'm not thinking of. But the only thing that really works against that from 0 to 30 would be a grab. But if you're just short hopping around and full hopping around at the beginning of the match and buffering it every time you land, like that is really toxic because like they finally hit you at 0 and it doesn't put you in the hit stun, and then you just punish them for it and do an 80% Steve combo.
And which character would this
let's
be?
add XCido to the call
Dude, I don't-
because he's the one who.
Because
I'm saying, like,
I
what
definitely
moves
agree with
in
that.
the game
'Cause I think what you're
I don't
talking
even
about.
Into a tumble. That's what I'm saying. Like, what moves at 0 put you into tumble?
Also, Gamer, real quick, one thing I would like to add. I believe it's true. So long as you place a block, even if you do happen to place a block and it does actually place, so long as you didn't touch it, you're still actionable to do the tech.
Yeah. And the one I'm talking about, the block doesn't come out. I'm just jumping and double tapping B.
But to answer your question about like what moves kind of send to tumble, that's why I do think that is one of the best things about this tech. I think like just doing it a lot at low percent and sort of, how do I put it? Sort of like knowing, I guess, which characters have which tools against Steve is important. You know, like if I'm playing a character with bad base knockback like me Brawler, I might be kind of screwed against this tech. It might be bad. But if I'm playing maybe Mithra, right, and I can react to a jump and dash attack, you know, I'll have no trouble dealing with this tech. So for sure, it will depend on character, and that low percent range on a lot of characters might actually be frustrating to deal with. And I think that's where this tech will shine. But is it ban-worthy? I don't know, because I feel like a lot of characters have tools to deal with that easily. You know, like even Cloud, for example, a simple up B, won't that? I mean, like the launch kit.
Can you even back
No,
it?
the up B doesn't
Can you
work.
back it?
Wait.
That'd be-
Lumicade in chat says Paru found an instance of the tech being used in tourney. Link it right now.
They've been keeping it from
Bro,
us.
if it was the freaking clip of a cola dodging the Mute's peach side B, I'm gonna kill myself.
Don't know. I come with a link on that too. Someone in chat also brought up a really good point. If GimR is already doing it within 5 minutes,
No, that was me.
Like 20 minutes.
20
That was Rockman.
minutes.
But I've been just like frame by framing it. And then
Hold on,
How much
we gotta
future-
click,
how
we
much
gotta-
future games winsing you're depriving yourself if you ban this tech now?
No, I don't want any of that, man.
Is it a jump? This looks like a jump.
we don't need
Is it a
it,
jump scare? No,
We
it's
don't
not.
need it.
Okay, hold on.
my future videos are anti-Steve tech.
Topic of Steve Bug. It may have done an actual battle. He literally captured his vertical phone like his preview, but.
All right, I'm ready for this.
Oh!
Oh yeah, I found this one.
Oh, that was it.
Holy so the guy.
Wait,
the
that
person
is
was
it.
actually Trying to lay the block.
Let me try to make it
the
bigger. Hold
table
on.
on the block and accidentally buffered the anvil. Right.
I'll make it bigger.
That's what that was.
Is the chat gonna look us in the eye and say that's not raw? Like,
Bro,
come on.
Raw?
That's kind of.
You know what else is raw, dude? Undercooked chicken. And if you eat you fucking die, my friend. You get salmonella.
It is
You get
true.
Stevenella. All right. So look at this.
Steve did.
Steve can eat raw chicken in Minecraft.
Wait.
He gets poisoned.
Guys, he's at 50.
He can eat it.
he's gonna die if he eats it.
Oh.
can still eat it.
Okay,
Yeah, you can eat that lightning there.
dude, I don't.
So I think what's going on here. So this is kind of crazy to me. It looks like this person laid the
57.
block, tried to down tilt.
Wait.
And did it buffer it?
Guys,
in
he's at
the
look at his
original
percent.
block
Look at his percent, guys.
That was also bad DI. No.
Well, it's because there's a light. It's a light.
No, so
Yeah,
He's
it was
at
weak nair.
uh,
So it's all knockback based. So
My question is, did the original block store it? Just the
pretty sure it
fragment
did.
of the original block.
I feel like we
Did he
aren't meant to
ban
witness
on it?
this shit. Like, this is
Yeah.
the kind of shit we lab like months down the line, because like this is some advanced variation of.
So
Like this.
it could be advanced. It could not be the tech at all. But
Like,
how
this
would you
is
feel?
kind of down tilt, and then it forced it
Potentially,
down.
he did like get hit and then slide off of the block, and then
I
was
don't
actionable.
like.
I think as a
think-
Steve main, it is important to acknowledge when
was
you have no
thinking
idea
about
what the
that.
hell is going on.
oh,
was
okay,
thinking
that
that.
is gaslighting.
Okay, wait.
Hold on.
I
Was
think
he
that you
on
can
the block?
split off-
Like,
Wait,
was he
wait.
standing on the
Let
block?
DDee speak. What'd you say?
Okay, like was he on the block? Was he standing on it
Yeah.
before he got hit?
Let's see.
I
If he,
think
okay, if
he
he was standing,
did.
then yeah, the first block wasn't the reason why. And when he did the down air, was there a gray icon under Steve?
Wait,
Like,
gray icon.
Yeah, it's going to be like when Steve tries to
Yeah.
place a block but he fails. It's going to be a gray icon with like an X box. If
Always-
the tech always has.
It
that
looks
to
like he's placing a block, right?
No, he might have just slid off.
If
I think
okay, so like
I'm not
yeah,
sure,
if
though. That did
the
not come out before.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong though. But if there wasn't the gray block icon under him, and he was standing on the first block, then he probably just slid off, and then he just down aired. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right. That is still fucked up. Like
Yeah,
no,
that's just-
this entire clip is just a war
I
crime.
don't think it's PMLG. He was on the block and
Oh, XCido, what's
Yeah.
up, dude?
That
XCido.
was good, buddy.
All right, so let me add in now your opinion
Yeah.
to the conversation as well. XCido, regarding this tech, are you on team WhyDo as it's fine, or are you on team
Okay, listen.
Rock DDee? It is XCido's time to talk, WhyDo. It is XCido's time to talk.
It has not been a day.
Don't hold
Okay.
on. XCido,
okay,
XCido.
Okay.
It's your
I
floor.
don't think it's ban worthy yet. We literally didn't see anything outside of training room combos. And as someone
Thank you.
who loves Steve a lot, I know how much training room combos can deceive.
So it's 2-2. It's 2-2.
Pretty easy to pull off, at least in training mode. If you have like the mod spec and can set a character to attack, you can just jump
Yeah, I
on
think-
them.
And
And do the attack.
the Twitch chat, they're gonna cook us. All right, look, they're cooking us right now.
They're not
Okay,
cooking
I'm
shit, guys. It's an open forum. This is good. This is good.
XCido.
Okay, I'ma keep it
We
a
don't
fact.
care.
The thing about Twitch chat and Twitter is they do not listen to anything. But I can post a no SDI Steve clip that kills a zero. They'll be like, "Yo, Steve should be banned." And then in bracket, I SDI that first try. Like, bro, did you see the Clockwork clip? You saw
I posted a literal Steve SCI guide, and people said, "No, that's not true."
dude. I played a Roy against a Steve, and I SDI'd out of a jab trade first try. And people tried to use that Clawflow clip as a reason to ban him.
It is
So,
crazy to me
like,
how
I-
Roy
I
goes
don't
even
know-
with Steve. That's wild.
Like, yeah, I don't
No, Steve
necessarily
wins.
agree.
Oh.
I don't agree
Steve
with
wins.
WhyDo and this.
Wait.
Steve,
Speaking of
but-
which, so look
Yeah.
at this clip actually got posted by Sonjo as well. I mean, you saw he completely nullifies Roy's Nair 1.
Oh wait,
Yeah, that's not a true. it's
Yeah, I
not
didn't
true.
see that one, did you?
yeah, that
It
must
is-
not have been
no.
true then.
It's not true.
No, it's not.
Ah,
Roy down to
there's the block. There's the see the little.
Yeah.
There it is.
No,
Probably
wait,
there was
wait,
There it
one
is.
one
Signed
screen
the
gap,
Phantom
so it was like a
block,
Luigi counter breaker again,
to
which is
the
really
end
good.
of the down throw.
Yeah, what happened there was that Roy down throw nail is never a true combo. It's always like a fame trap.
So you think
But,
Sonjo
like,
was
yeah.
wrong here? It wasn't actually the tech.
Yeah, he just did
No, it
fame
is
one
tech.
escape. It
It's a
wasn't.
tech. It's just not a true
That
combo.
what that is what you're talking about before, which was that. I mean, that is really hard to do, but that will be optimal long term, and Steve mates will learn it because they just
Yeah.
have to
I'm
react.
not
to
The
learning.
argument of it
Yeah.
being
You guys
hard to
really
do
wanted
is not
see
even.
Roy jab jer, and then
Roy jab Joe's a true combo. So
Wait,
yeah.
if he can get out of jab Jair, that's the most.
if they slight mess up, the Steve just. Actually, I'm wrong, right?
Actually, no, because he's going to not even be tumble. I mean, he is
Yeah,
going
he's
to be.
not- he's in tumble. He has to be
Yeah.
in tumble, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wrong about that.
But like, yeah, the reason that combo didn't work is because Roy down throw nail is never like 100% a true combo. So it's not like Roy nail is not going to work. It's just like down throw nail is not going to work.
It's also worth pointing out the first hit can be tumble, I believe. It's just the second hit.
I need Myron in this
Yeah, the
call.
one that actually matters.
But Myron,
I need Myron in this call, but I don't know if he's.
Nah, man.
he's here.
Myron's gonna
Bro,
kill
what?
us.
I need a
Yeah.
Steve,
Bro.
a doomist.
dude, Myron
Can we
is
get
gonna
get
kill us.
Carflow in here?
Who's the biggest Steve hater you know?
Carflow.
That
Yeah.
cough low, bro. And that
Carflow?
cough low in that situation, that was so.
Oh, Beast Mode
Bro,
Paul is
that
in
was
chat, right?
so- Bro,
Paul, get in here. We're gonna get beast mode, Paul.
I know
I
mine.
don't know if you figure out how to do it off of the ground.
But if you get a Steve Dillman, we're all gonna get cooked alive.
Wait, GimR, what was that?
Let us know if you ever figure out how to make it work on the ground.
You can. Well, not on the on the ground. No.
What?
But you can get it from
You can't get
What?
it on the ground.
on the ground.
You need
No,
block,
but you
right? You
can
need block.
buffer it. You can buffer it off of a short hop, but you can't get it on the ground.
Okay, I was so concerned for a second. I was like, huh?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
if you could do it on the ground, like for the record, I will be banning it immediately. Like, thank God, because that would just be like
Quick chat, do it on the ground. Let's do it.
Why?
Oh no.
Gotta wait.
BeastModePaul, okay, how do you feel about like what do you feel about the tech?
All right, first of all.
Okay,
hello.
beast mode. Everyone said put a B for beast mode. We have our first counter argument here. Apart from me, I was neutral, but go ahead.
All right. So, first of all, I already think Steve is top one. It's debatable, but I already think Steve's broken. I think the tech itself, it isn't. The tech's an issue, but my main problem is how are you going to be able to monitor it offline or online? That's my
Yeah,
issue.
like that's the issue I had too. Like I was discussing it with some people, and I think it's ultimately up to the TOs because I know GimR said that like he could regulate it, but other TOs think that it's too hard.
I don't
Obviously,
think TOs get paid enough to do it.
yeah, I think it's also just that.
It's just an honor rule thing. Like the
Yeah,
same thing with
it's that
wobbling,
simple, like-
you can't ever catch someone wobbling until they get on stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, no
Yeah.
one, like no.
Well,
Steve
in
could do
Slippy,
this.
we patched out
I
wobbling.
tried playing Slippy once. All right, I fought ice climbers. It didn't go too well. All right.
Wait, you're an ISIS player in Melee? Why do?
What?
No, he's a puff player. He has
Oh
to
no,
be.
I'm actually an awful Jigglypuff player.
Well,
But
you play
I
Puff
like
and
it.
ISIS,
knew it.
and you play Steve in this game. Why am I not surprised at all? It's just like it's the weird pipeline. I swear. Like
Oh my god! I was a Pac-Man player in Smash 4.
oh.
What?
Listen, many things happen, and now I play top tiers. And let me tell you, Steve might be top tier. This might surprise some of
He
you. but
might
he's
be.
pretty
He
good
might
character.
be.
No, he's bottom 7.
He's bottom 7, but he has no range.
Yeah.
Anyway, to bring it
no
back real
speed.
quick, just to the argument about how do you actually regulate this?
Right.
I really do think that at the level of play where this tech would matter.
Like high level play on stream.
Yeah, I really don't think that those players would try to get away with doing this tech.
Have you
like,
seen
nobody
what the
notices.
Steve players do
I
with
would
a tech?
absolutely do it.
We
No one's gonna do it.
like okay, like I said,
would,
it's
but yeah.
it's second nature now. It's just so like the argument that it's too difficult doesn't apply to these kids, dude. They come home from middle school, paint still on their fingers, they turn on their Switch, and they land the combo. And they do that every
I know,
single.
bro. I
They
know
have
that
more
makes
time
sense.
than we do, dude.
Yeah.
DDee, talk to him. You're like 13 years old. You know it. You know I'm spitting.
Hard things you can just
I
kill
don't know
people
what
in
you're
one
talking
hit.
about,
If you
no free
you know.
time. I have to, my bedtime's 7 o'clock, bro.
Yeah, he's in high school.
Hey, chill,
Respect
man.
him.
I'm in elementary school.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, you can bring your Switch to class, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
can't,
could.
but I have nap time. What? I have nap time before I can even do anything.
Yo,
Bro.
Skiff.
Bro. Wait. Why is Skiff in here?
I don't even know.
I
Skip
just
just-
I wanted to pop in to say hi, but also to give a quick caster perspective
Okay,
about Steve.
sure.
Of course, of
All right,
course.
Skiff. I'll allow it.
Fun, right?
I won't be long. I'll be out of here in just a moment.
Okay.
This character is the funniest character in the entire game.
No, it's possible.
When I get to talk about him
Build
on
a
the mic,
dick on
I
stage.
have the most fun I've ever had
Bro,
casting this game and casting this character. Let me just
Casio
let you know,
is so much more
playing
funny,
against the
bro.
character, a different story. Casting the character, give me more Steve.
Yeah.
I built
Look,
lives
I do
on
both.
stream and things
I
get
do
reverse
both.
3-0'd. You can't do that with any other character. You take
Casio
that
is
from
way
me,
more
I
fun.
have nothing. All
I'm
right.
That's
be
all I
honest,
wanted to add. I'll hop out of here. You guys have a great Saturday.
All right,
You too.
Skiff.
You too.
Good seeing you, bud. Beast mode, Paul. Do I ban Steve from Coinbox?
What?
So I'm gonna be a little biased.
Do
and
it.
I have
A full bias.
I have
Full send. Full
I have
send.
all respect for majority Steve mains. This is the
Yeah,
worst
but what's
part.
the majority?
This
DDee, let him
isn't
talk,
like
let him
all
talk,
the
let him
Steve
talk.
mains are nice people. So when you want to ban the character, it feels awful. But I genuinely feel with the character already being top 1 in my opinion, and getting this, I think the character just should be banned, online and offline. I think the character should be banned completely. Should be banned.
I would agree. I would agree. But we gotta take somebody out with him, you know? Like, we got Yoshi or Kazuya. You know,
All right, wait, if it's a 2-for-1 deal, who do we bring?
I mean, I would disagree rather. Like, I don't think Steve should be banned, but if we can take out Kazuya with him, you know, that's
no. Kazuya's the best spectator.
Sonic literally exists.
Sonic, I think Sonic.
Sonic is fine. Man. Sonic's the best character, but he's fine.
I think any character other than Steve is a bannable offense. Mostly Kazuya because there's not like a lot of players.
Also, I'm not going to explain it. Fuck Lucas. Get Lucas out of here.
Oh my god.
I won't elaborate. I won't go. No pictures.
Seconds to play time on Lucas.
No pictures.
Who even plays Lucas, bro?
I swore never to touch Lucas in my life.
You guys
Never
get to
that
play
character.
against Lucas.
Okay, but yeah,
What the
honestly,
fuck?
high key though, I think Kazuya's getting caught. Kazuya, too many strays are getting hit by Kazuya.
We need riddles in here. We need a Kazuya perspective.
Okay,
It's gonna be a 30-person group chat.
How can you say Kazuya should be banned? Like that just doesn't.
Because I'm not Squirtle. I can't crouch under him.
Dude, I don't care. I hate
Sounds like a
Kazuya.
skill issue
You
to
don't
me.
understand. You don't get it. I hate Kazuya. I think Kazuya is like. I think the counterplay to Kazuya is less defined than versus Steve, but at the same time, he's barely top 10 in results, and Riddles is the only
No, I don't think
Kazuya.
he's bannable.
Or
I don't
only
think
Let's
he's
pull up
bannable.
the new tier list. Let's pull up the new tier list.
I do not believe
He's number
Kazuya is
7 on
bannable.
the
Do not
The
trust
only
that new
character
tier
that's
list.
bannable is Steven.
I think it's a pretty
Kazuya-
decent
I think-
list.
I
It's
don't
not
think anyone
perfect.
should be banned, but I think Kazuya is getting caught with too many strays. That character has zero negative reason to be banned. Like Kazuya is fine.
I'll get it like this, all right? Here's my argument, all right?
Just laying a block in the air does it,
If
right?
you got a hypothetical character, right, and they're just a coin flip, you know, they're a 50-50 coin flip, you know? You can't win tournaments with that character. But should
Hero?
they be banned?
Yes.
Well, no.
I
Wait.
think so.
You're saying if
Yeah.
a character, if as a coin flip character, you just win or lose for no reason?
Yeah, if you,
Yeah,
if
ban.
you're-
That's
if you're
ban.
a
That's
coin-
ban.
And then
Yeah,
that's bannable.
yeah.
That's
I feel like Kazuya's like kind of
Any character,
you
even if it was,
know?
even if there was a character that was a 1 in 100 chance, right? Let's say it's a Bob-omb. The Bob-omb is a new character, right? By choosing the Bob-omb, the moment the game starts, you either die or your opponent does. And 99 out of 100 times, you die and you lose a set. But if there was that in a crazy world where that was that character, even that character would still be banned because it goes against all fundamentals at all. It would just like
Yeah.
But
it would be
like,
And if we're going with the hero
I do
on the
acknowledge
team thing, like I'm down to ban him. Give me a better character. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
what I'm
say, like,
saying.
I can go back- I can literally go back to my Mega Man.
You know, they do push it a little bit, right? We got Steve, we got Kazuya, we got we got BeastModePaul in here, Hero. You know, that was a band discussion a while back.
Let me talk real quick.
all right, GimR.
Let GimR
If you double jump and then lay a block, and then the block lay animation's technically over, so like his arm stops moving, and then you get hit, you can still do this.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
in
said.
my
Just-
comments
just-
in the
just laying the
in
block.
Twitter post.
Oh,
Yeah, so like that's
pretty good, yeah. Or did you know
Doesn't
that
work
you can do it out
if
of
it's good. It's just it's a problem.
you know that you can do it out of up air?
Yeah, you can do it out of any move.
Oh no! I mean, like you can literally get hit while up airing and still hit stun cancel, basically.
But what's the
Yeah,
counter?
the animation has to be near the end of
Well,
it.
no,
though.
because like
Yeah,
what's
for my
the
testing, you
counter
can't
play
be in the
is-
middle of a move, but now, so essentially there are two states. There is the weak state and there is the strong state.
Okay.
So either placing a block and not landing on it, or doing a phantom block puts you in the strong state. And in this state, you can nair, you can upper, and you can drift without breaking the state. So the next hit, you can perform a PLMG.
Okay.
You can also do a fail block animation, which is like outside the grid or jump from ledge or something like that. And in this case, you can't nair and you can't upper. You can just drift without breaking the state. And that's basically my for my labbing yesterday.
Actually, yeah. So the other way is how you get the up air with. Like,
Yeah, so if you enter a strong state, which is like the most useful one, because you can do it out of a phantom block, then you can upper and nair. But you can't get hit while in the upper and nair, but after the end, you're still in the state. So if you get hit while in the middle of an upper or in the middle of a nair, then you can't perform.
Yeah. So
Right.
here's something interesting. You know, like the full hop block thing, where like once the block animate, like you full hop and then you block.
Yeah. When you don't land on the block.
And then like if you just buffer it and the block doesn't come out, and then you have to wait for the animation to end. Well, I don't know if it's the ASII frames or whatever. But if you just double tap block, like the miss block animation ends earlier, like really quickly. And as soon as it's done, you're now in the state where you can do the tech.
I mean, you don't even have to place a block. Technically, you can just do phantom block out of full hop because jump squat frames.
What I was saying was,
well, I think doing phantom block out of hit stun too is like one of the best parts of this.
All right, to the Steve players here, to you guys specifically, what is the simplest and most efficient use of this tool? Not the best use of it. What's the use of it?
I'm gonna keep it a sec. If I'm Steve in neutral and I just spam short hop up air like a madman, what is the counterplay to it now?
You hit him
like, actually, what do you do?
If he's doing the up air, you can hit him. It's like
you just gotta like time your up air perfectly. If you mess up, I get it out and then do like 60, and it already has no lag too. So like
and like
that's just like
I just want to know.
It's just disproportionate.
I honestly do believe long term in like the just mashing it. Like in neutral, like not against every character, not every percent, but I think against characters that might have like bad base knockback and might need to rely on grab, like just doing a short hop fair in neutral and just seeing if it works, you know? I think that like there are situations where fishing for it might be useful, but we don't really know yet.
So the thing is, when you just spam short of fair, you just land so quickly because Steve's jump is so bad. And it's floaty, so you can just full hop it because...
Yeah, but if they use a weak move, like I feel like there is like a sort of like a Yoshi parry window, you know, where like you're fully actionable, but if you get hit, now, you know, they're in trouble. I think that's
but you can just catch your landing.
But like here's the issue. Like the big issue
and
that I see...
if you accidentally place a block because you miss time...
He doesn't even have lag.
Then you land.
He doesn't even have lag to begin with. Like, so many Steve players I fought, they like mash up air and then it auto cancels too. They can do like 2 up airs and a short hop and then just spot dodge. It already is so hard to punish, and then you just add that on top of it.
And like one big thing, like a huge issue that people aren't really talking about is, they always say, oh, at like 20% or past 30%, you'll be fine. But if Steve is at like 120 or 130, and you do like maybe his little sword attack on someone's shield, and I don't know, Falco or Youngling up smashes you at 120, you're only getting hit by the first hit. So you can survive in 120 hit out of shield option with this tech, which I think is just dumb.
Don't exist.
Also, just hear me out, because I got a plan. I got a plan that I think would make Steve totally balanced, right? Like just with this tech. Why don't you keep it legal for like 5 months, right?
Why?
The Steve players, you keep it legal for 5 months. In those 5 months you keep it legal, the Steve players will learn it, right? They'll get it into their muscle memory. And then once you ban it after 5 months, they'll accidentally do it on stream and tournament and get disqualified. And that just takes out half the Steve players automatically.
Why do
I think the real counterplay is that it should only be legal in the Steve ditto. So all of the Steves quit. And then and then Rob happens, and then Rob takes over, and then so fun.
God, you hate Rob.
I mean, I think
I hate Rob so much.
What is burner boosting? Do you think burner boosting is intentional? Who put
okay, we're gonna talk about intentionality versus no. I saw your point, you made.
You know what? No. Make the Steve tech legal only versus Steve and Rob, because I hate Rob. The character should be banned. He beats me too much.
So
honestly, I think that if a character beats me 5 times in a row, they should be banned. To be fair.
Good point. Great point.
To be fair.
So consensus sounds like we wait and we see before.
No.
Yeah, I think. Okay, honestly, I don't know.
Okay, everybody individually.
All the jokes and everything, I really do think that. I really think that. Like, I just think that we need to wait and just see just a little bit, because I don't think banning things the day of, when we don't have the information yet, is something a path we want to go down.
What if Coinbox has 4 Steves in top 8 like on Wednesday?
No one's doing that. But
I could be totally wrong. That's what I'm saying. I could be totally wrong here, but we just don't know yet. You know?
I have one counterpoint to the wait point. So let's say I saw this in chat earlier, and they were like, okay, we'll just wait for this Coinbox and see what happens. If they use the tech and it's too powerful and the Steve's like all top 8, then we'll move on and we'll ban it. What happens if the Steve mains just agree not to use it for that Coinbox? What if they just decide not to use it?
You know why they're not going to agree to it? Because it's money. And they all want to win it. They all want to win it. I think it's gonna be an arms race.
The only good Steve is Desmona anyway, so no Steve's even going to top
No,
8.
that's
Ooh.
Desmona. He had 20 for
So,
hitting,
like-
for me hitting his
Like,
shield.
no Steve's making top 8 except Desmona. And
Like,
Jake, I don't.
Jake doesn't even do.
What if you enter, DDee? Will you make top 8?
Dude, you know how common Rob is online, bro?
Unless he plays me, obviously. That's a joke. That is a joke, but...
Huh? What?
Unless you play joke.
Don't you play Sephiroth? You can't gets completely bodied by PT, bro. Pipe down. You have to outplay me like 3 times as hard.
Pipe down.
That's
Like, but
You
yeah,
gotta
it's
outplay them both. That's crazy.
nah, man.
shut up.
Actually, Steve does it. Actually, not Steve has to outplay.
By the way,
Rob, so,
double
like,
jumping cancels
yeah.
this, right?
What?
Makes it not work. I
Yeah,
can't make
double
it work.
jumping cancels it.
Any action cancels it.
GimR, as the
Just
wisest
bad
and
outbuilt
baldest
word.
person in this call, I need your consensus. What should we do?
Just ban it.
Oh,
There we go.
I'm
That's
so
my joke right
resigned.
there.
Ban it.
speaking.
Okay, high key. I
Same
think the
attack.
issue is that, like, if we do wait, and hypothetically, MKLeo or Spargo or somebody loses to a Steve doing this, the discussion is just not worth it. At that point, it's going to be, like, even worse than it is right now.
What if
So-
they're the Steve doing it?
No, both. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Make
I
MK Steve
I
and then
played
you
a
can
lot
turn
of top
Steve.
player Steves, and I have not seen a single good Steve from a top player.
No, I agree with that.
That's-
I'm just saying.
Everyone
like,
else
what
like
if
garbage Steve. Everyone wants to play Steve, and then they can't. But I don't think I've found a single
The
good
whole thing
pocket
is
Steve in my
probably
life.
being blown out of proportion.
Except Spargo. His Steve is alright.
With.
I think it's because look at these clips that are on the screen right now, right? All these multi-hits, like, yeah, you do this setup and you're able to just barely get out of the multi-hit. But, like, if that's a player, they can so easily react and follow up to that.
Steve in this clip, I just want you to know, he's at 999 and Bath is at Rage. I just want to let.
And that's what I meant by the whole.
That's-
I'm
I just
chill
want to
out.
let you guys.
Well, that's fixed
I think
knockback.
that's not fair.
Yeah.
Training mod? Oh wait, no, never mind. This is the mod. Never mind. I know normal
Fix
training
not-
mod, they don't take rage, but
Oh, if you in the normal training mod, if you set still moves on, then rage works. Then
yeah, I know. I forgot. Yeah.
Dang, so Connor just gaslighting people now?
Damn.
literally 90% of all Steve tag on Twitter is just finding so many really dumb examples.
You find
so
like
we
the
can
one
make everybody complain.
situation that it works in, and it's just like, yeah.
The-
And
the
people
Twitter
don't say
views
it
pot
because
farming
they find any
techniques.
excuse.
This has 300,000 views.
Everybody in chat
That's
who really
crazy.
hates Steve, like, and you're sitting here complaining about this, just remember you could be like learning how to SDI his combos right now.
I hear the controller sounds in the background too. Is the best part.
All I'm saying
I
is
watched
that
that
if you're
SDI
still
game.
losing to Steve, then maybe just get good. High key.
Hey, I grind that matchup,
Yeah.
alright?
Yeah, man, you grind that matchup too.
DD
so
can
you-
vouch for me. I grind that shit.
Like, yeah, I agree. Hit like I kind of got farmed by BeastModePaul when I played Steve against him, but yeah.
I really want to play
Just-
against you.
Like I
actually.
think
saying,
I
like-
think the hate against Steve is justified if you actually put in effort. If you just complain without thinking, then you're a sheep, unfortunately.
I agree.
So
I agree.
yeah, you have to put the effort in.
I feel
Otherwise,
like
then
you have to earn the hatred, right? Like, that's, I
Yeah.
really do believe that.
you're gonna have to get good, unfortunately. If you want to ban Steve because it make tournaments more fun, then well, be for real. Actually, be for real at that point. Like if you're banning a character because they make a game that's fun for you, like what's the point of a tournament?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You
Yeah,
think this
competing
is not a friendly session? This
be
is the
real
best of
here.
the best win. I would
Competing is
ban
not
Rob
fun.
and Sonic a long time ago, bro. Like honestly, we should ban Rob, high key. Trust me.
It's
Hey, but,
stressful.
hey, if we do Steve, I'll help you with Rob. I'm down. So down.
Honestly,
If
you
we
throw
can
Yoshi in there, like, you throw Yoshi in there, I am
Yeah,
I'm on
Annoying
the
matchup in the
train.
game.
If we can ban Rob, I will.
I am so down.
I like just ban Rob for me, and then I'll be good.
I don't want to
Ben
get
Rob
rid
is
of
Sonic.
Rob.
No,
like,
Ben Sonic. He's really good and
No,
makes
Sonic's
tournaments
fine,
last
Sonic's
forever.
fine.
Sonic's overrated.
Ban
alright?
Sora!
No, Sonic is fine. Okay,
Sonic is
the best character in the
overrated.
game, but he's
Other
Rob.
players
No,
don't know counter.
Sonic is Rob.
All right,
Sonic
all
is
right,
Yeah, but
all right.
Joe, but do you think there is a chance of like a ban treadmill? Sort of like if we ban Steve and Kazuya, right? Do you think that some other character might be on the chopping block because we did that?
Bullshit. There's
Yeah.
no one
I
even.
think what's gonna happen-
yeah.
No, because there's no
Yoshi.
only one character, maybe two now, in the history of Smash that ever needed to be permanently banned. That was Meta Knight, and we didn't do it because it was different times. Smash 4 Bayo should have been banned. Game died. Problem solved. But now, this is the game we have. It's not going to be patched. And I can tell you, I was in a bed of kidney. The next Smash game won't be Smash 6. It'll be Ultimate Deluxe. Package for $59.99 with 10 new characters, 20 new stages, and we're all going to pay that money again gladly because that's how Nintendo has us like this, all right?
Words for you, Smash Heroes Mobile. 5-star attack plus Waluigi.
What?
What?
What game is that?
We're taking this shit mobile, folks.
If Smash goes mobile, I go...
Mobile.
I'm going to space, dude.
I'm going to be on the school bus grinding my Steve combos on my phone.
Someone's going to bully you, dude.
Okay, but
how do you even put LAN on your phone?
Who needs LAN?
We're past LAN,
one
dude.
Connection. I have my one dog connection. I'll be farming people.
Really quick, since I have you guys here, this tier list, do we like it or no?
I think it's all right.
It's okay.
It's the official one, right?
Yeah, it's not that bad. I think Yoshi and Sephiroth surprised me.
I think it's all right, but I kind of saw PT at like 24th, and I realized PT. Oh, they're all so bad that we got the character like that low.
I
This
saw
is
that
not.
low, and I saw Palu mains just
That's crazy. PT
I know
that
Rob
low
is really good, but should Rob be in?
Yes.
Six?
Trust me. Trust me on this one. Yep. Top 6.
I'm glad
This
the
is
Fox
one of the
Count
most
players
normal tier
after
lists
you
I've ever seen.
I mean, I think it's all right. I don't think anything's that place.
Rob at 6th. I don't know. I don't know.
No, Rod is 6, bro. That's exactly why I put him.
I have seen worse tier lists before. This is okay.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah, I like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's decent enough.
I like the minus plus. That's like back in the Brawl days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one does that anymore.
Unfortunately, PT is so low, so bad list.
Someone tweeted that there is no D tier. I don't know who it was, but I agree with that.
I think Ganon should be in his own
That
tier.
is one thing.
It should be D. Little Mac should be D neutral, and Ganon should be D minus.
I agree. Actually, I don't
Ganon's
even
been his
think
own
Little
tier.
Mac.
Yeah.
I
Everyone
don't
in
think
this
Little Mac's
game has
bottom
like.
tier. I think
just
Little Mac
really
has
annoying.
results to be the
Yeah,
bottom.
Little Mac should be D plus for effect.
I think Little Mac is better than
think
a
it-
couple of characters.
I think Little Mac's like bottom 5 or bottom 4. Like he has results, so
That is
I
true,
think
yeah.
that should justify it.
Peanut is doing a great job.
I think Steve's
I
number
hope-
one. I'm not gonna lie.
I low key.
I think Steve is number one.
Peanut.
I think that if you ban the tech, then Sonic is number 1. But I think that with the tech, Steve is
You're
number
actually trolling right now. I hate
What?
No, Sonic Loki's number
I'm not
one.
letting myself.
The tech makes him rank 1, not everything before, not the 3 years or
It's not
the
a
year and a
tier
half
list
of.
tech, all right.
Okay,
Technically,
but
without the fighter pass.
But I've said Sonic's top 1 for like half a year, but
same.
Sonic's
Loki.
overrated.
Me and DDee agree on
I
Sonic.
think
top
you're
one.
so. Dude, I've been on my Sonic train. That character is so broken. But
Well, unless-
I think that Steve with the tech is the best in the game. But without it, I still think it's Sonic. The character is absurdly broken. But
You know, like I don't think Steve is top 1, although I will say he is top 5.
He's top 1. He's top
Yeah,
1.
top
said
five.
Wait. How?
I
He
mean,
has everything. He has
It's
everything.
because
Nah,
no one has
Steve does not
unlocked
have everything. That's
true
not true.
potential of
That's not true.
Lucas.
Chat, Peanut
So-
is the 5th seed at Xanadu. Where's the Ganondorfs? Little Mac is
Really?
nowhere near Ganondorf. Should be a different tier.
Ganondorf literally has no results.
No,
Ganondorf has
no wins.
nothing. Yeah.
Dude, Little Mac has wins on top players. What does Ganon have? A win on Light from like 2 billion years ago. That's
Yeah.
the
And
only result. But yeah.
that's it.
Is Piranha's Plant's lack of placement due to the character or nobody wanting to play the character?
It's Piranha Plant's backer
character.
is simply so bad. It's the backer
I'm gonna
alone.
be honest. I think Piranha Plant's basically banned at this point. I've seen so many setups without Plant, which is honestly
That's a
really
good
funny.
point.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
a
He's
Like Piranha Plant has to be like one of the least played because
he's like an
he's not
orphan.
even op setup.
He's not Fighters
Yeah,
Pass
he's
1 or
trapped
2.
by
He's not in the
Plant,
base cast.
though.
He's in his own little weird spot.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
And like Plant's only use is the niche Olimar counter.
That's because he's the
pickup
only
It-
character
it's just
featuring
like that.
dirt. If you think about it, like actual.
No, Steve.
Oh, right. How could I forget? Literal dirtbag. God, you're right. Shit.
Just one if you take him to.
He's
Yeah,
always the
Villager
exception.
Totally has down smash.
But Rockman, do you remember when we used to say FD was good for Steve because he could use the shuffle to mine?
It's been a long 2 years.
Oh, Villager
man.
also.
No one cares about Villager. That doesn't count.
No, I'm saying characters that feature dirt.
Okay, but he's not a character. No one even plays him. So
Well, hey, whoa.
Hey.
no one plays a garbage character.
Where's
They
Bobby?
need to-
Where's Bobby Wasabi when you need him?
But he's probably like.
Honestly, the more I watch Acola, the more I think Steve might not be a dirt character because he just puts down TNT and gets rid of all the dirt immediately.
Okay, but like people aren't abusing
that's
the
what I
fact that
do.
crafting table is actually insanely broken if you know how to break it properly against Steve. Because like you can burn like 20 stone in 20 seconds.
People
like-
don't realize that it's actually really good versus Steve to simply wait and not mash like an idiot. But
Yeah, that's true.
It's good
It's
thing
gonna
nobody's
be dying.
listening. If people knew
No,
that
no
Steve
one's
could charge
listening.
limit
Everyone
by
like,
attacking
yo,
crafting
Steve-
table, it'd be over.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. If people wait in neutral and just see what the Steve does, his neutral is no longer top tier. But
Here's
No
an
one's-
honest question. If the TOs, maybe me, start a movement and we just say we are officially banning Steve from the coin box, was the general response going to be let's fucking go? Is it going to be anger at me? Or is it going to be let's see what happens? What would you think the public
Let's
would
go.
think?
Okay, there's a big problem with
let's
that.
go,
Like a
though,
huge.
because-
What would they think?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Everyone in Coinbox would be glad that they don't get farmed by Desmona again, so they would be happy. The Twitter sheeps would be happy because they don't have to learn a matchup.
Twitter sheep say
And-
3/4 of
Yeah.
Twitter sheeps say something should be banned, either the tech or
Like
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like if,
I mean,
what if we applied the exact same thing to Min Min? Min Min players are gonna hate it, but everybody who hates fighting
Everyone
Min Min is gonna
That's-
absolutely
that's the
love
thing.
the
I'm a-
ban.
If you ban Min Min or Rob, who's going to be mad except the players? Like, who's going to be
Damn, this
mad?
is what Smash
Damn.
does to you. We got
Like,
DDee. DDee
no
is so
one's
young.
gonna be-
That he's
calling
kind of
people sheep.
spitting.
This is what Smash does to people.
Skiff,
We're teaching the
Skiff would
kids
be
to
sad.
call people sheep.
You don't want to know what
Bro.
Steve players have had to deal with.
Bro, you have not seen what Onan has dealt with when he won
Bro,
that one tournament. Bro.
I
You
was
have not seen it.
I was
I can't even say the name.
Yeah. I was
I can't-
melee puffs. I was the melee puff ruining the game
Yeah.
for
That
3 years.
confetti was.
Hey, Hbox, how do you feel that you ruined the game and now Steve's ruining the game? What do you feel about that?
It makes Puff look a lot cooler, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, what? No, Steve is cooler than Puff. What are you talking about?
Generational gap.
He is the coolest character in the game.
Steve
don't
is
he?
way cooler than Puff, bro.
No.
No, shot. Dude, what does melee Puff do? She just runs around and kills you with like 10.
DD?
I hate Puff, but
What is
Steve
Steve
I think it's
do?
past your bedtime, DD.
Uh,
I think you're talking.
It's
You're,
past
you're
your
talking.
bedtime.
You're saying things that I don't
Mind
really.
you.
Yeah.
My fault.
Have you
But
seen
I-
top 10 clutch box moments? Go watch that video.
Dude,
Educate
dude,
Dude,
yourself.
have you seen DD versus ESAM at DreamHack? How about that?
That was pretty good.
Wait, pull that up.
That was
Pull that up.
pretty good.
Wait, DD versus what was it? DD versus what?
ESAM. Do not watch me versus Anathema. You do not need to watch a set, but
DD
me versus
Like,
and
legit though, you're
Anathema.
set against you're set against Esam. It didn't even feel like a Steve thing. It felt like you were
Dude,
just
I
genuinely
cooked
outplaying
him up, but okay.
You were just genuinely outplaying him.
Oh wow, the shine on his head just got me.
But okay, but no, watch game
What's
4.
game 4?
Game 4, trust me. And then skip to like I don't know how we'll skip to when he was on his second stock.
All right, here we go.
That was fun.
You're saying this was the moment.
Yeah, peep it.
All right.
Oh my god,
This is iconic.
you was it a 3 stock, dude?
No, I didn't.
Damn, when did this happen? Oh, it's right there.
Go crazy right now. Hold on. Yeah. Well, that sword coming in clutch too. Look at
DD, can I ask like what how often you receive like hate DMs for playing Steve?
I have my DM close on
Clever.
Twitter, so that
That's
dodges a lot.
good
but
idea.
I generally don't. Yeah, I generally don't. I don't leave OT because people don't think I'm kid. So I get like a little bit less hate. Also, I don't compete as much. So
They gotta stop sending the Steve player kids death threats though. Like, damn. Like, you know, adults can handle death threats, but when you're a teenager, death threats are, you know, they're bad.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
very
I don't
bad.
know. Onin,
I
he
think
played.
that
DD, you can barely see over the screen, dude. Look at you. Your head is like barely on screen. Like
Grow a little taller, IMO.
it's just like this kid's so it's like for you to be this young
Dude,
and dealing with it, like it sucks.
And no, like
Honestly.
I don't know.
literally,
Onin does play Steve, so he
Oh
might deserve
man,
it. He
bro.
plays Steve at the end of the.
I already knew when Onan won SmashCon and 3 with Leo. I already knew like what was coming.
It was gonna be bad.
I made a preventative tweet saying, "Complain about the character, just do not target Onan." But
Yeah.
it was all for nothing. It was just like you already knew what was coming.
Targeting the players is not gonna get anyone anywhere. If you want a character banned, complain about the character all you want. If you complain about the player and you send death threats, you are incredibly lame.
Yeah, you're pretty.
I don't think the Smash community is ever distinguished between them,
And
unfortunately.
I'll confess, I am an adult, right? But I don't even handle death threats all that well, But
I mean, I don't
I'm
think
sure I would
anyone
have
should
them a
be
lot
getting-
worse, 5 years ago. And thankfully, I don't get death threats too much.
Yeah, no, like literally this one, like a couple years back, I managed to beat Leo's Marth at a local, and then I got 6 Odin Grands. So many people were in my DMs just talking some terrible things. And it sucks, but they don't care. They'll just hate the player just because they play Steve.
Yeah. I always
I'm in regular contact with YouTube comments.
Yeah, when I have salt moments.
Imagine being a grown man.
You made a grown man cry?
Yeah, imagine being a grown man sending a child death threats because they beat you with Minecraft Steve and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, you have to pretty much reevaluate your life there a good bit. I wish we can get Akula and Mia's view on this whole thing. Obviously we can't, but I wonder what they think about this whole fiasco.
Cola had to
Summit maybe
on this tech specifically.
Huh?
Yeah.
On the tech.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I just realized this has now been the first episode of Hungry Talks. How happy you guys joined me here. Check Onan's Twitter. Hold on.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Onan's Twitter. What even is his Twitter? I don't even know.
At ban Steve, please.
I think it's at Onin or something.
Oh, did that switch? I thought it used to be at ban sleeve, please. Ban sleeve, please.
Yeah, but now it's just the.
Oh, it's so memorable,
The gimmick account.
It's just so memorable.
Yeah, now it's Onin or something.
I don't think he has any.
He said.
No, he does. Yeah, it's Onin or something. That's the track. Just that.
Wait, is it a different Twitter? Owner.
It's literally quote retweeted in.
Yeah, it's a different Twitter.
Onan or something.
He said ban Steve.
Yeah, because that was how it used to be in the olden days.
If he said ban Steve, that is a good.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna jump.
All right, that's fine.
It's fun. Probably gonna ban this tech. It's probably where it's gonna go, and then we can move on in a week.
Okay, but yeah, Gambo, just one last thing. You think that it's possible for TOs to implement a ban on the tech, right?
I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like you just gotta do what you gotta do. Same with wobbling.
I'll let you know right now. If I have 3 Steves in top of a coin box, that's almost guaranteed gonna be.
Dude, there's no good Steve with Wi-Fi other than this motor.
There's definitely
my Steve top 8, unironically. Hold on.
Let's not forget.
Steve was bad.
No, let's not forget. Smash World Tour, the first Smash World Tour had 3 Pyramithras in top 3.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
But we waited.
But it was also Leo, Spargo, and Cosmos. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we had 3 top players piloting the same character, all in top 3.
But
and we
it happened on Let's Make Big Moves.
Why don't we like?
There were 2.
All right, if Leo picks up Steve,
1 and
I have
2.
to ban the character though.
Leo Steve would be crazy. That'd be awesome.
I think Leo Steve actually wouldn't even be that saucy.
The one thing
I think Leo Steve would be awful.
No, Leo has fundies. His Steve is automatically worse.
But that's the thing. Like, if you have fundies, you're a worse Steve player.
Leo Steve would be garbage.
Listen,
Trust me,
Steve's, when they
would not be
discover
good.
the power of slingshotting, like the slingshot Steve fairs are actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Backwards.
And then you
I
let
don't know, I'm just out of fancy game.
All the top players still use slingshotting. That's good. They still use like a bunch.
Slingshotting is really useful.
But it's just
like I do it a lot.
But Steve can already reverse in the air, and his airspeed is not really good enough that slingshotting would be better than TBC.
It's just one of those things where, like, if you wanted to like, in case they tried to attack you while you were trying to lay a block and run away, it's not like, it's not the best option. I'm sure you guys have 12,000 better options for laying blocks.
All right, well.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate everyone here joining me on the call. Given these videos, given the outcry, I feel like, we're simply gonna have to see what comes of this. I will say I've been in this scene long enough. I've played this game long enough to know when I see an overly viable tech or in its early stages, and then Like it's like watching that Yanni clip of him hitting the blockchain combo in October 2020 for the first time, and then now every single Steve knows it like the back of their hand. I don't want to get to the point where it's so commonplace that you just can't land multi-hits at all anymore on Steve. If that's the case, we have to ban the character. I will say that. If I regularly see multi-hits not working, it's worth the ban.
I think that multi-hits are good against the tech because you need to time it specifically to when you get hit and you first need to react to getting hit and then you need to do it fast enough so you won't get hit by the next attack. Right. So if it's a fast multi-hit, you either just jump into it and know the timing like in the training room. So like Connor said, it took him like 7 tries to get it, right? Which is a lot when you know the timing beforehand. And like for my testing, it took me a lot of time to get like the F tilt clip and the Fox upper clip in my showcase. So multi-hits are not a problem here. Multi-hits are good unless they're like slow multi-hits, which there are a few, but the majority of multi-hits are completely fine against the tech. I think.
Remember, Ultimate naturally has like when you press a button, there's naturally like 7 frames of delay. So the moment you get hit by one multi-hit move, and the time you react to that, even if you react on frame 1, if the second multi-hit move hits you before 7 frames, then you're just gonna get caught regardless.
Hero F tilt, baby. Hero F tilt.
Yeah, it sort of depends. But yeah, I do think in general, like to get out of a multi-hit like that. Like you're seeing the one time that they got it out of how many times did it fail, right? Because we edit these videos and we post them. We want to have the flashy stuff up first, right? And it could be really good, but again, there's a lot of steps that have to happen, you know. And it does look really promising, but again, I can't stress enough. We've had scares like this before with really scary Steve tech, you know.
Like what?
So, well, I mean, there's. What's a good example of something that's like really spooked people?
One where you can survive a spike off stage.
The ones where they can take.
Yeah, the regular MLG.
I could just mention the last time that this happened. The last time people found out Steve could cancel hit stun last year, like that was a big scare, you know. And then we're having it happen again. Like I just feel like I've been here too many times before, you know. And even goofy little texts that I post, right? Like things that aren't even that like great, like epic or whatever. Like the people freak out about them, and I feel like we've kind of desensitized ourselves at this point. And I think there was just the perfect storm for this one to get a lot of coverage. But I'm not convinced that it's going to be totally meta defining. But again, we got to wait and see because I could be totally wrong, right? I mean, we got to see how it develops.
I think this is just going to kill the game. I mean, not right now.
Let's go beast mode.
Not right now, but it will. I mean, come on. We've been in Smash 4. We've seen
not all things that are banned are over centralized. It's the physics exploit versus the glitch, right?
Yes.
So if there's like a physics exploit that's really cool, and it might seem broken because it's an exploit of physics, it usually isn't held to a higher standard. But if it's a straight glitch, like we're talking about now, where you're canceling hit stun, even if it's not over centralized, it really depends. And if it's deleting a key game mechanic, such as hit stun, it's just one of those things where it's easier to say, yeah, it's got to go. And this is something, like I said, that's subjective, where everybody's line is. But you're always tougher on glitches when compared to exploits.
You know, but to me, I'd say like, don't we have Monado arts on Shulk? Like, can't he cancel hit stun, grounded hit stun?
Okay, only do it with like. I don't understand why people use it as a comparison at all. It's shield. It's 1 of 5.
Shield art. I mean, what is the Monado buffered cancel thing where he cancels grounded hit stun? Like that's a similar glitch that erases hit stun.
Yes, but the difference is while he's in that shield art, he literally, if he hits you, you're taking 1%, and that's it. And even if he does hit you, it's a normal Shulk forwarder. This is completely different. Minecart is like 20%. Forward air trained 50 plus.
You can buffer, right, GimR?
Monado doesn't there like a 30-second thing with Monado where you can't use that Monado again?
Yes, and there's a
that's the thing I was thinking about. Like Shulk can only do like once every 30 seconds or something like that. Steve can do it as much as he wants.
Which is like
is that even a glitch? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, no, it's called like
in the game since the beginning, and it's been in the game since the beginning, and they never got rid of it. Like, why? Is it a glitch?
Ban it. I think it's fine. If any of you don't know about Dragon Ball Fighters, Labco was this insanely broken character.
Why is she still in the game?
It's garbage.
Yeah, okay, yes, but she was like insanely broken. They said they weren't going to touch the game. The devs went back, nerfed Labco, and now she's still broken, but she's not going to kill the game.
If you're comparing
Right, we don't have that. We don't have that luxury anymore.
If you're comparing
No, we
that
don't. But if we ban Steve, I think Nintendo or at least someone's going to take
no,
notice.
they aren't.
You're saying you think,
No, they
not that you
aren't.
know.
Nintendo
No,
will
but I'd
not.
rather take the chance of getting rid of Steve and not breaking the game than seeing a Cola win Summit, not losing a fucking game. Because
Cola got 7th at Genesis.
Okay, Loki.
He did.
You're kind of downplaying Akuma there. He's a goat. Also, that code is not comparable to Steve. That's just not the same thing at all.
I'm not comparing them because Labco's a
Labco
lot
literally-
better. I'm not comparing them. I'm
Labco
just
literally
saying,
had 23 out of 24
No,
teams.
I agree.
Top 24.
I agree. I'm saying though, because in the last patch that Nintendo said, they said, okay, if there's any like glitches or whatever, we'll go back and fix them. Now, do I think they will uphold this standard? Probably not. But there's a chance. So if we ban it and then let's say they fix it and this isn't a thing anymore, then we can let Steve back in the game. But I think as of right now, this is insanely game-breaking. It's a game-breaking mechanic. No hits done on Steve. No multi-hits will work. This is Foresight, but with an insane punish game as Witch Time was. I mean, you're just going to kill him at 0.
And no, that
All we
That's
say is,
why I said
I
ban the
video,
tech.
I'll drop it in the stream call here, but there is a tech. I'm just saying with Shulk that you can literally cancel hit stun. I found it. So I'm
But
just
you're
saying
not going to
there's a
kill him at
precedent.
0 with Shulk. That's the difference. They're not dying at 0.
But we're not talking about
Steve is not
But does Shulk have an answer?
either. What?
I mean,
Does
listen,
Shulk have a
has
minecart?
smash art.
Okay, but like if I don't know, Sheik had this tech but only dealt like 4% from hitting it, then yeah, it wouldn't be a problem.
But he has
But
minecart,
Steve
yeah.
deals like 70 or so.
Yeah, that's my problem with Steve. Isn't the thing itself, it's that he can get so much off of it.
Also, one of the most common characters in tournaments, offline and online.
Yes.
And then we should be honest, right? Because it's not about the tech, really. It's about Steve being overpowered,
It's
right?
about
And
both.
Steve
I'm fine.
should
You
already
They're both together,
just
right?
say you want to ban
Yeah.
Steve, not the tech. You know?
Steve is not ban worthy on his own. That's just not true.
Steve
A
should be
character
banned.
with 5% of results is not. a
That's
character
true.
with 5% of
You have
results
to
in this
win
game is not
everything
bad.
for it to be banned, but
Like,
this might
that's-
cause this. What I'm saying is this might
Yeah,
cause the
think-
wins
I
to happen
think
now.
with this tech, I think with this tech, it's an issue. That's why I think the tech should be banned.
Yeah,
But
ban the
Steve,
tech.
without the tech, is not banned.
But then how do you uphold
that's why the
that
tech should
without
be
the TO's lives being hell?
Same way you uphold melee and offline the wobbling and
Well,
offline
you
tournaments.
can
just
see
gotta-
wobbling for years. If you see an ice climbers wobbling you for like 10 seconds, you're going to be
That's
able
not the point. The point is when you wobble, it's like hit number 4, and you might like on hit number 3, pause and restart, and then it's like, oh, but did they actually start wobbling yet? And you see what I'm saying? Like it's a similar situation.
Yeah, like I genuinely.
There is a
No,
question.
guess what? None of the ice climbers wobble now.
There actually is a question that I want to ask everybody because I saw somebody in the chat said we should consider the viewership perspective more. Do you think that it is a viable choice to like ban certain characters or techniques maybe because they might not be fun to watch?
Then we would have to go into banning Sonic, Pac-Man, Min, all those characters, which is another problem. It's just not worth it.
Not done so much hate for no reason. You gotta play stun, so it's gonna be bad in this situation.
curfew.
That's not. It's not competitive.
We hit the curfew. I'm sorry. Yeah, your
I think
parents
it's,
shut the internet off.
I think it's very subjective.
No.
Not the curfew.
What?
You were beeping and booping, dude.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think
You were like, I think
my
Steve. And then, yeah, underwater.
That new tech?
Yeah, it's a new tech. Discovered it yesterday.
Yeah, that was my take. As somebody said, if you have to ban for viewership, then half the cast is gone. Like, yeah, I mean, some characters, it's kind of
I
hard.
think
Yeah.
or we could all just
problem.
I think we should all move towards a culture of appreciating the game instead of focusing on
Man,
all of the negative
fuck
stuff in the
Ultimate. This game is
That's
trash.
We should
That
do
is-
that,
that's
but
what he
nobody's
does.
going to.
I appreciate the
speak.
segment
Let me
besides
speak.
Steve.
Let me speak. Let me
Besides
speak.
Steve, I appreciate
Guys,
it.
let me speak.
All right.
That is the issue. We
I
came into this
appreciate
game
the game apart from
from.
any character.
Let me just finish.
in
Real
the
quick.
last.
We came into this game from Smash 4 with Bayo, and we brought the culture with us. We got this beautiful game, and all we do is focus on the things we don't like about it. And
Because-
it creates new players that don't care, and all they do is find everything they don't like. And there's like this zero lab culture. I mean, you can get out of Luigi's combos, and people
Yeah.
still get hit by it. You're 4. You just SDI into them.
Yeah.
It's like it's very, very frustrating. It's something I held my tongue on a lot. But and that is the problem, because there's a lot of stupid shit in Melee. Like really stupid.
Guys,
people deal with it.
We can solve this. We have the technology. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if we should ban Steve.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm down with
So everyone hold. All right.
Everyone vote for ban Steve.
All right. It was just uncovered, right? I'll say uncovered, that Steve now has a way to automatically get out of multi-hit combos in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Should he be banned from competitive play given this news? This new tech.
ChatGPT got my back, so
There we go.
I know.
Guys, prediction. What do we think? What do we think?
It's going to say we have to wait until it's banned. I think.
No, I think he's gonna keep it above. Here we go.
Or just ban the tech.
Hold. The decision to ban Steve from competitive play based on his ability to get out of it will be based ultimately up to the governing bodies of the game.
That is some nonsense.
However, before any action is taken, it is fully important to understand the nature of new tech and its impact on the game. If the tech is found to be a glitch or exploit that gives Steve an unfair advantage, then it could be considered unethical. On the other hand, if tech is legit that requires skill and practice, then it may not warrant a ban. Holy shit. ChatGPT main
so
Steve. He's a Steve main.
It's
clear.
an algorithm, so it can't be wrong.
He's a Steve main. It doesn't count. He's Steve main. It doesn't count.
So in other words, it's up to GimR.
If we asked ChatGPT to create Steve tech, it would.
GimR, for my income, for my tournament income, should Steve be banned?
I think.
Understandable.
What do you think?
You're ready to go.
Great. He just left the call. That's great.
Oh.
Probably a smart decision not to get into this, probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Steve the most broken character to ever grace the competitive Super Smash Bros. Landscape?
Okay, maybe not.
Man, it clearly knows about Meta Knight. There's no way.
Maybe Meta Knight.
It's clearly Rob.
Meta Knight.
Rob, what are you guys talking about? It's clearly Rob. It's been Rob.
It sounds like a skill issue,
It's
DDee.
Rob.
It does sound like skill.
No, it's Rob.
Who is the best
No, it's
character
Rob.
in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? There we go. This is it.
It's Rob.
I don't cast your opinion. Okay, hold on.
He's being too
Pikachu.
AI.
Zero Suit.
Pikachu.
Oh, this is pre-COVID.
Listen, what is this?
Oh, this is
Where?
take. This is a 2019 take.
We are in the wrong timeline.
No, it might be onto something.
Oh, welcome back, GimR.
ChatGPT was 2021, so
Pre-COVID memory.
it's.
Wait, what?
I said it still has Pikachu up there.
Who
It's so
is the greatest Smash Bros. Player in Melee of all time?
It's Zomba.
Come on.
Is definitely Zombie.
Oh,
I hope it's someone funny.
Matt.
Oh. Unfortunate. You're listed.
It said Mango.
It's got the council in this again. No, okay.
Well, it's a Mango and also includes the other four gods.
Wow, no Ken.
Who is the greatest Super Smash Bros. Ultimate player? If it says anything but
This
Leo.
is-
It's Zomba.
If it doesn't,
it has to say Zomba.
if it messes this up. Oh, you know what?
It's not difficult to single it out. Okay, good.
HBox.
What's
put
up?
10 of the best Smash players of all time and tell it to list them. It starts all fine and then it'll just start making up random names.
Really? All right.
Combining actual players.
Who
At least
are
last time I did it.
who are 10 of the best Smash players of all
Tell it
time?
to list first and last name.
List their first and last names. All right, I'm out of Adam. Oh. Well.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, it brought 10 people with the best results. That makes sense. Who is better in Ultimate? Rob or Steve?
I don't think it knows who Steve is.
No, it knows who Steve is.
Yeah, it knows what Steve is.
In Ultimate?
He's so good at saying nothing. Oh my god.
Oh, wait,
It's
you're
a big,
right.
it's a big nothing burger. You're so bad at typing. I'm really good at timing out though. Look at this. Oof, insane. Didn't mess that one up, did I? Prick. But it's the only way this tech is not going to be banned if it's never used, or the same thing as banning it. It's going to be used. We have to see what happens though. We have to see. I'll sacrifice one coin box for seeing if it's like a big deal or not.
No, but no one's going to do it at Coinbox. I guess it doesn't.
Yeah,
only good
Coinbox is way too soon.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, I have to go play with my little kid toys, and I have to go to nap time because you know it's 6 p.m. So I gotta go.
Oh, it's late. Okay. It's late. All right,
Yeah,
I'll see you, DDee.
8 hours.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
All right.
All right, but yeah, just
well, for the
ban the tech.
All right, so we have one ban tech. Let's take one last vote. DDee says ban the tech. Why do you say don't ban it?
I really say wait and see, right?
He says don't ban it. All right, and then RockMan, you say ban it?
Ban the tech for now.
Okay. GimR, you say ban it?
Yeah, just ban it. Get it over with.
Okay.
Damn.
So 3-1, and then I say ban it.
Ban the character, but if you can't, ban the tag.
Jesus.
Let's ban Lucas too.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, I'm down. Again, I'll sacrifice Steve
I
with
can
Lucas.
live with that.
No one's gonna miss him.
No.
Ban Sora.
No one's gonna miss. Oh, and X, what do you think?
I'm team wait and see as well.
Team wait and see.
I don't think that we can say for sure what the impact would be.
All right.
I'll say this: Steve players start just spamming that all the new tech, like on Twitter. I mean, like just
put as many videos as possible.
Put it up. Put it up. I want to see more stuff.
You know what I should do? I should run a contest, right? Give away like a console to the best Steve clip, and then they don't realize it, but they're just unveiling all of their tricks. It's smart.
Literally just join the Discord. Everything's there.
Look at Salt One's tweet. What happened?
Was it salty?
As a Steve hater, I think he's gonna agree.
Someone link me.
I'll talk to you later, HBox.
All right, see you, GimR.
And everybody else, sorry.
All right, see you.
See ya.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yep, in that case, I'll head out as well.
All right.
I mean, we had the Steve argument and everything.
Yeah,
but
it was
appreciate you
a
having
good
me on.
talk. I'll probably put it on YouTube, but I appreciate you guys' input. It's important to come together and really have the alternate views of everyone so we can get a better idea of the whole picture.
Listen, we might agree and disagree, but we can all agree today was one wild freaking day.
It was.
Gotta say.
Yeah.
With that said, adios, gamers.
Later, man.
All right, I'll head out as well. Get out of your haters. I'll see you guys later.
Later, alligator. See you guys.
Bye. Good night.
Yeah. I just want to say again, appreciate you getting every single person together with different inputs. That's really important, not just everybody complaining on Twitter or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. A very prominent input here from Salt One. But I will say, it's just gonna be you know, a lot of people are gonna, you know, they're gonna be very, very salty if they lose to Steve in this manner. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right, Rockman, thanks for joining me, dude.
Of course, have a good one.
All right. Holy crap, that was.